Watch Curry as he tells Jordan Poole to set a pick, and at this moment everything looks like a play for him. But instead of running towards the ball, Curry flips this into a screen from himself. Of course, Bledsoe has to always be attached to him, and that gives Poole a lot of space. He comes off, Draymond is there for a second screen, and look at how wide open Jordan Poole is on this shot, with all the time in the world to knock it down. All that because of the attention that Curry demands and the focus that the defense has on him. Look at this beautiful decoy action from the Phoenix Suns. Looks like an off-ball screen for Booker, but he cuts to the basket and Ayton goes back to screen for Chris Paul. Meanwhile, Devin sets a second pick on Ayton's man, essentially giving CP a head of steam for the layup. Now Kevin Love has to contest, and Paul might have still had it here but decides to find Torrey Craig in the corner for the completely wide open look as he finishes off this excellent play that I have to show it to you once again in full speed just to see how tough it is to guard. These were two of the most genius plays drawn up this season. I picked out the most interesting ones from my videos this year, so sit back and enjoy. What up everybody, my name is Stefan and this is Heat Check. Let's get into it. Check out this sneaky play from the Blazers. Harry Giles gets the ball up top and Gary Trent Jr. comes for what looks like a handoff or a screen, but then suddenly he stops on a dime and screens for Anthony Simons instead. Without Drew Holiday on him, Simons is free on the handoff, Giles is there to protect just in case, the easy 3-point shot and the splash. Last night we saw a few of these simple but very effective sneaky NBA plays. Early action here, the Pelicans run a double screen for Bledsoe to curl, but the trick is that as soon as Zion sets that pick, Redick will set one on his defender, and just like that, Williamson is under the basket with the much smaller Bradley on him. Nice lob pass and easy finish. Great execution. Here it is for you at full speed. James Johnson from the Mavs brought some flashiness to a nice play design. He'll get the switch on the screen, but instead of Johnson jacking it up, he'll immediately screen for Hardaway Jr. and pass it between his legs just for some style points. Hardaway is wide open and he knocks it down. The Bulls are going to set up a double screen for Zach LaVine high up on the perimeter, and since he's such a threat with his speed, his main defender is fighting hard to go through the screens. But also we got the help right here ready since the on-ball defender is trailing. So now at first this looks like it flows into a screen for a 3-point shot right here, but it's actually a decoy. Thaddeus Young engages the defender to try and get out to the 3-point line, while at the same time he will cut to the basket. The pass goes right here for a better angle, and you can see how open Young is here and the easy dunk. Perfect execution. Beautiful setup right here from the Hornets. LaMelo brings it up the court and will receive a screen right here from PJ Washington. While the Heat are trapping LaMelo, Washington curls and screens for Hayward, who comes up top and is open for the shot. Gordon has all the time in the world to shoot it and it goes in. This action of course was initially designed to get a switch right here on the screen, so then PJ would get a screen himself from Zeller and the action would continue the same way. But you know, even though Miami made it tougher for the passer, ultimately this action was executed a bit easier than expected for Charlotte. Right here he's at the free throw line and will just set the simplest back screen for Porzingis. Mikal Bridges is glued to Luka, so Porzingis has the entire lane for himself. Goes inside, gets the pass from Kleba and the easiest finish in the world, just like a training drill. Check it out once again, simple yet very effective. And finally the game-winning play for Phoenix. They set it up so that it looks like a decoy on this side, while at the same time CP3 gets a switch to play against the slower Kleba. And the Mavs thought so as well as they watched Chris Paul in the corner against Maxey, but there was one more screen to be had. Ayton nudges Richardson just enough so that Booker can have just enough time to get the ball and fire off a 3 for the win. Bang! The Phoenix Suns win on the last second shot by Devin Booker. The Hornets have a great play design that they've been running this season. Starts off as a high pick and roll between Hayward and Zeller, but as soon as Rozier makes the pass, he'll fake left, hard cut to the right, and Zeller turns around to actually screen for Terry off the ball. A great wide open look and Rozier hits the 3. Check it out once again as everything flows nicely on this possession. Back to Phoenix, I wanted to feature Trae Young's phenomenal vision, passing, and overall basketball IQ. Right here on the high pick by Capella, the big man actually slips it, creating a bit of an advantage. Young could throw a lob at this moment, but he sees Chris Paul sliding down on the help, so he takes an extra dribble, enough for CP to get all the way to the paint, and then throws a cross-court pass to the corner for Kevin Huerter, who's got all the time he needs for the shot and knocks it down. Nice to see this type of reaction from Trae in traffic, seeing the play ahead of time and making the right move. Look at this quick execution from Philadelphia. As Ben Simmons gets the ball at the wing, Tobias fakes the curl on the Howard pick, and this transforms into a double screen for Simmons. Ben comes out strong, Dwight rolls, and you can see it being a 2-on-1 situation for Jokic. The alley-oop and the easy dunk for the Sixers. Check it out once again in real time to see just how quickly this play develops. Dragic has it at the logo, and Max Strus is going to set a screen for our lefty drive. However, look at this quick change of direction. Sprints to the opposite side, LaMelo is already committed to the switch, and Caleb Martin right here cannot see what's going on, so he's late already. Bam comes out for the screen, Dragic finds Strus, the shot is up and in. Luke Kennard sets a back screen for Kawhi, but then immediately cuts towards the baseline and gets one himself from Patterson. As he gets the ball, there's that little hesitation that's enough to get the defender in the air, so then he raises up and swishes this one to beat the halftime buzzer. Once again, here it is, full speed for you to see what happens. I want to go back to the Heat for a play that they ran on 3 consecutive possessions back to back to back, and the Pelicans couldn't find an answer for it. Dragic gets a double screen on the wing, so at this moment we have him on the mismatch with the slower big man. We have an open shooter that Josh Hart just noticed and will try to recover, and we have Adebayo rolling to the rim. I'm gonna be honest, not a good defense played here, but Goran doesn't care about that and will make a beautiful lob pass, and Bam does the rest for the alley-oop finish. So the Heat will check to see if New Orleans learned the lesson. The same exact play, another double screen, only this time it's going to be a kick out to the corner, and Iguodala in the situation splashes the 3. And finally, you see it, same positioning. Dragic curls yet again, and another miscommunication on the switch, so he has all the time in the world and stays patient penetrating, and here's a great fake pass and lays it in completely uncontested. Stan Van Gundy will have a lot to talk about during the Pelicans film session. Check out how easily and efficiently the Boston Celtics broke the Phoenix 2-3 zone. As Williams screens for Smart up top, also keep an eye on Jabari Parker, who's trying to get behind the zone right here in this space. So when Smart goes inside and the help comes, Parker slides to the basket and we got a simple bounce pass for an easy dunk. Here's that nice and quick action once again for you to see it start to finish. Cauley-Stein sets the pick and turns around for the roll. And check out all of this right here. You got both Luka and the big man in front of the defenders, so now the entire Lakers defense has to collapse. And that leaves Tim Hardaway Jr. alone at the 3-point line, but also leaves Porzingis forgotten in the back, and he'll cut inside, so Doncic just lobs it and Kristaps skies for the one-handed throwdown. This is exactly how good of a player the Slovenian is and how much problems he causes for the defense almost every single possession. Bucks who keep the Sixers guessing here, first with this fake screen on DiVincenzo, then the fake by Lopez for Drew, and finally both Dante and Brook go to set a double screen for Middleton to come out, and he's a 43% from downtown this season, so he'll gladly fire away an uncontested shot and watch it go in. Have you ever seen inside screens like this creating an alleyway for the point guard? Doncic goes through, and even though the Mavs didn't score directly off of those, it's an interesting and creative concept that I haven't seen before. The Hawks initially run this double screen for the point guard, but as Bogdanovic starts clearing out, you can see the quick change of direction, and Capella already knows, so after the initial screen, he moves down to set another one for Bogey. The catch, the shot, and the 3. You can see how the shooter is seemingly just slowly going through the motion at the beginning, but in a split second he starts running back, and that's what catches the defense off guard. I really like this action from the Cavaliers against Toronto. You can see as the two-man game is starting to develop up top, OG Anunoby has to keep an eye and try to help on the possible penetration. So Cleveland's Dean Wade sets a back screen for Isaac Okoro. Anyway, Okoro is uncontested for a 3 right here, but he sees the lane being open and cuts inside. The pass and the easy layup. As we let the play roll one more time, check out how many options they got in this moment. The layup inside and the 2 shooters out. Beautiful play design and execution from the Cleveland Cavaliers. Moving on, just look at the beautiful movement by Minnesota. We got the handoff to start things off, then you have a quick pass to Towns and the guards are crossing around them at the 3-point line. This ends with a great looking acrobatic layup, but the shooter was open up top as well. Check out this lightning quick development in full speed. Next, keep your eye on PJ Washington, who's gonna set a quick screen here, then immediately cut inside and screen for Rozier. And as you can see, he forces a switch in both situations. So at the end, PJ is left with the much smaller Drew Holiday under the basket, gets the pass, bumps, and finishes with the hook. Again, it all happens in the blink of an eye, and you can see how much a second is worth in this league. They previously fooled the Cavs in the first quarter by screening for Mikal Bridges, only to have him flip the ball back to Payne and have another pick for him up top. Nice lob pass, and you can see we have a 2-on-1 situation here with Allen having to stop the drive and watch DeAndre Ayton. Timely pass by Bridges and a nice finish by the big man. Again, everything happens in the blink of an eye with yet another superb execution from the Suns, as they've been doing it the entire season. Cleveland did run this interesting play, seemingly having Sexton come off of this pick and possibly another one right here. However, Cedi Osman cuts along the baseline all the way to the other corner behind the Kevin Love screen. Torrey Craig is late on the switch and Cedi is able to fire off a 3 and knock it down. Nice misdirection by the Cleveland Cavaliers. On the high screen by Hardaway Jr., Miami trapped Doncic, and you can see as Luka jumps for the pass, Dragic goes to cover the closest man. Instead, the Slovenian flings a phenomenal cross-court pass to Richardson, and Cauley Stein already recognizes and knows what he has to do here. Frees up his teammate, and we have an open look, the shot, and the bucket. Nice adjustment by Luka, and a nice reaction by the big man. This beautiful play from Atlanta starts off looking like a design for Trae Young. You got a slip right here, then the call and screen for Trae to go baseline. But as all of that happens on the strong side, the weak side is just as active. Capella screens for Bogdanovic away from the ball, and Bogdan gets a baseline pass in the corner to cap off this famous misdirection play called the Hammer that Greg Popovich and the Spurs made popular. On this double screen handoff, you can see that the defender is overplaying him, going on top, not wanting to trail behind him. Nice recognition by Lonzo as he does the same curl but inside, getting the ball at the free throw line. He is wide open for the shorter jumper and is able to knock it down. Those were 2 of his 12 points last night against the Grizzlies. Another sneaky move came from Keelan Martin against the Cavs. You can see that Karis LeVert is supposed to come off of the screen in the corner, but the Cavs overplay that and miscommunicate on defense, and Martin uses it to just cut to the basket, get the pass from TJ McConnell, and finish for the easy dunk. It starts off as a screen up top and 2 screens down low for the shooter to come off, but you can see Michael Motor immediately goes to the 3-point line, and Looney right away goes to set a pick for him. Motor gets an open look, fires away, and hits the shot. Great movement and great execution, again without even having Steph Curry in the game. The Heat's first play of the game was an even better design. It looks like a setup for Robinson to come out here, but he quickly cuts to the basket and this transforms into a decoy for a backscreen for Adebayo and the lob. So as the switch is made to cover that, we see Duncan sprinting to the top and getting a wide open 3-point look, and a sniper like him is not gonna miss this. So many levels to this play design. Shout out to one of my favorite coaches in the league, Eric Spoelstra. Hopefully you liked this quick reminder of some beautiful plays from my videos. More content to come as I'm now back from a quick vacation. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out. Wow. Obviously, I'm a little rusty. I'll get back into it, I promise. Peace.